Hello everyone and welcome to INFINOX Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for INFINOX on Monday the 19th of July. Now into today's session, the new trading week seems to be coming with a risk aversion trade where markets are tending towards the safer haven assets. The dollar is performing well across the forex majors. You've seen the move out of higher risk asset plays such as the Aussie and across commodities and even equities as well. After such a long run higher, equities are now starting to feel the pressure to the downside. Maybe a correction is building. We've seen that the bond market yields are falling, and that has started to weigh on equity markets now. So real shift that we are seeing at the moment, certainly early on Monday morning with these market moves. And as I said, the safe haven assets are benefiting off the back of that. There's little really on the economic calendar to change events through the first part of this week until the ECB on Thursday. So it could be that we are set at the moment for this further corrective move. So with regards to the INFINOX support and resistance table, that is at the end of the video. Now, the charts that we're looking out for today reflect this move into safe havens or out of higher risk. And we're seeing the Aussie dollar, which has started to really fall away and really suffer on the back of this. We're also looking at silver today, which again is also breaking down. And finally, we're looking at the FTSE 100 index. Equity markets are under pressure. Certainly, even Wall Street is falling, but more so in the European equity space. Equities are under pressure, falling away. FTSE is breaking down. So let's have a look at these charts. And onto the INFINOX MT5 platform now, we can see starting off with the Aussie dollar, a really significant breakdown that we saw recently. The failure that we saw, that the bull move that failed couple of weeks ago, really has put the Aussie under pressure again, and it's now breaking consistently lower highs and lower lows. And you can see the significance of this topping pattern, this big head and shoulders top that ultimately probably brings you back down to the 70, 71 area in due course. And we can see that, and now that we're breaking down again this morning, and just zoom in one more level here, you can see that breakdown that we've gone below 74 figure. There's basically a band of resistance, you could argue, 74 figure to 74.50, a little sell zone, you could argue, on a near-term basis. Anything really towards 74.80 would probably be still a decent selling opportunity. But you can see the negative configuration on RSI, even falling away, further downside, potentially even in this move to the downside that we've seen in the last session or so. And I think it certainly looks as though that Aussie is under continuing pressure now, and that is definitely a reflection of this move out of risk assets into safe haven plays. And on to silver, we can see that silver's basically been trading in this tight range for a few weeks. And I was talking about this midpoint area of 26 bucks. You can see effectively silver has been in this long range here with this 26 bucks around the middle of that range for many months, and breaking down that level in the move below 25.70 to 25.50 level of support. It seems as though that certainly if the market breaks down and closes below that point, that is a really significant moment. Look at the deterioration that we've seen in the RSI momentum failing underneath 50. Doesn't look positive, and I'll show you here just now. The Bollinger Bands have just pinched together, and it now, with pinching together and then exploding out of that pinch, that tends to come with a really significant move. So we could now start to see quite a big shift to the downside on silver. It doesn't look all that great, and it is again a reflection of the move out of risk into safe havens. And finally on FTSE 100, well, we've been very disappointing actually in the European space, FTSE even more so in the move sideways, all the while that Wall Street was moving higher. Europe was basically moving sideways. And we can see that's now broken this uptrend channel. It is still essentially a range play, you could argue, and it's just now really is testing the bottom of that range. But the move that we've seen this morning looks to be quite aggressive, again to the downside. It's previously, every time it got towards the sort of 7,000 area, it was finding support intraday and then rallying off that. It doesn't look at the moment as though that's a great move to the downside, that we've got spiking to what, multi-week lows. That's 2-month lows there. And I think if it does close below this line of support around 69.30, you would arguably open up the 68.10 mark. You can see the aggressive move on the RSI, moving to the multi-month lows on that RSI. And it certainly looks as though that intraday rallies are a chance to sell now on FTSE 100. That band of resistance, you'd say, is now around 7,000. So it doesn't look positive there for FTSE either. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative for your trading. Join me again on Wednesday, where we'll be looking ahead to the ECB meeting. So I will leave you with the INFINOX support and resistance table, and I will speak to you then. Thank you very much.